Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to be doing a really quick overview of Nutmeg, the robo investing app. It's really popular here in the UK, and it's also one of the investment apps that I kind of started with when I first started my journey. So I'm going to give you an overview of what the app is like inside, and also even give you a really quick peek into my current portfolio of Nutmeg. Now, this is not everything that I have. But it is one of my biggest portfolios. I'm actually going to be trimming this down and investing into individual stocks over the course of the coming months, and I'll keep you guys updated on that as well and document the whole journey. So yeah, let's go right into it. Hi guys, so this is my Nutmeg portfolio. Now, I haven't actually added to this in almost a year, actually, believe it or not. I've just let this run through for a few months, which turned out to be almost a year. So this is the Nutmeg portfolio, the robo investing app. I believe one of the more popular ones here in the UK. So I'm just going to be showing you a really quick overview of what I'm actually invested in, and also some functionalities around the app as well. Now, first thing to point out just is that this is entirely passive. I don't really do anything here. Last time I put money, I believe, was April 2020, and I have not put a dime since then. So, it's really hands-off investing if you don't really want to get involved in the day-to-day things. So, yeah, I've actually changed. I'm now focused on picking stocks, so I don't focus on index as much anymore. So all this money will be going out over the next few months, slowly into individual stocks, which I'll document on this channel as well. So at the moment I am 3k up, which is 22%, and my risk is 10 out of 10. As you can see, so I'm the most riskiest. So first thing, I'll just show you some of the menus. So if you go to the top right hand side, hopefully my phone doesn't die. So we have personal details, transaction history. If I just go into that, it just shows you all the transactions which I've ever done in terms of taking money in and out of the account. So you can see here the last time was around April 2020. Then we also have investment activity. So this is, I guess, the Nutmeg team, or the investment activities. So you can see all them here if you wanted to as well. You can go into each one and investigate further if you wanted to. Then we have general settings, and then invite friends and log out. Now, going back to the home page, so I'll just play around with the menus here from the bottom. So first is the home page. Second is just the type of investments that you have. So the first one is an ISA, and mine is an ISA. So currently have 19,970 in mine. Then we have settings again, and then the next one is any payments. So you can set up monthly payments, or you can do one-off payments. It's entirely up to you. Then we also have this little news icon here, where we have blog posts. So the Nutmeg team posts various blogs that are quite interesting at times. We also have trading updates, which is essentially all the updates that they do. So explaining the next moves or the strategy, or what they're planning to do with your account, which is really interesting as well, or what's been happening as well. So during the 2020 crash, they're really active here, providing lots of updates, and also even webinars as well. Then the last thing is just help. So if you have any questions and so on. So going back to the homepage again, if I just go into my portfolio, so that's all here. This is on my risk level. You can see it's 10 out of 10, and most of my money is pretty much just in stocks. I don't own any bonds. So if we go to view more, we go to the first one. So you can see my allocation. It's mostly developed equities. So the first one is S&P 500, which is an ETF. You can see that it actually makes up 23% of my portfolio. And then the second, we've got the FTSE 100, so the 100 biggest names in the UK. And then we've got S&P again, another ETF, iShares. And then we've got my fourth biggest holding, which is the FTSE 250, which is 250 biggest companies within the UK, and then so on as well. It's quite interesting. It seems quite diverse. We've got some Japanese coverage, Switzerland, Canada. We've got NASDAQ as well. So this is just mostly technology companies as well. So socially responsible ETFs as well, which I'm not that interested in, to be honest. And then we've got Japan as well. Interesting thing about Japan, it's actually the second biggest stock market in the UK, in the world, after the US, which is very interesting. Then if we go to emerging market equities, there's just one here, which is the iCores, which is the iShares Core Emerging Markets ETF. And it covers a range of markets, as you can see, across 24 countries, including China, South Korea, Taiwan, and India. And yeah, that makes up my exposure to the emerging markets with around 10%. And then we have global equities. Now this is again just socially responsible, which I'm not that interested in. And then we have some cash as well. Now cash is actually kept for some fees, so all the fees that I pay Nutmeg are just conveniently taken out automatically there as well, so I don't have to do anything. Then we have countries, so you can see, of course, it's going to be US heavy. Now, to be honest, I don't really like that much exposure to the UK because I think in the short term, I don't think the UK has too many opportunities, and I know now everything is undervalued, but in the long term, I'm just not that convinced for the next maybe 5 years or so. So personally, I wouldn't want this much exposure to the UK. But anyway, you can see how diversified this portfolio is. We've even got some coverage in South Africa, Malaysia, and all these other countries as well. Then we've got sectors. No surprise here, we've got IT as the first one, financials and consumer discretionary, and healthcare, industrials, interesting, consumer staples, communication services. So you can see some of these are kind of like the legacy industries, which are not really moving. For example, you've got utilities here as well. But yeah, the main ones are, of course, IT and financials, which is quite interesting. Just so you can see if there's any, not sure what hospitality would come under here, but that would be quite interesting. So of course, it's the most hit sector after what happened last year. And then we've got continents, of course, it's North America, Europe, Asia as the main ones. We've got a bit of South America as well, and even Australia. So that's my inside my holdings in a nutshell. So 10 out of 10 risk level. Now you can pick your own if you wish. You can change that if you wanted to. 1 is of course basically just bonds, and then up to 10 out of 10, which is the most riskiest, which is equities. And then we've got some projected value here. I don't really take too much care about this because I'm taking my money out slowly. And then some social responsibility score. Again, I'm not that concerned about this. And then I just wanted to show you the fees. So we've got investment style, fully managed. So I'm completely passive, hands off. I don't touch anything here except putting my money in, which I haven't done for a year. And then we've got Nutmeg fees, which are quite high in my opinion, very high actually. So you can see I'm currently paying 0.75%, and then over 100k, then it'll be 0.35 and beyond, which is still quite high in my opinion. I mean, compared to Vanguard, it's quite high. And then we've got average annual investment fund costs, which is 0.19, and then annual market spread as well, 0.07, and then Nutmeg fees. So far I've paid £191. You can see fees are calculated based on each day's closing value, then collected from the pot monthly. And you can see here, time weighted return correct as of 16th February. So very recent metrics. So that's pretty much the Nutmeg app in a nutshell, and a bit of my portfolio. So like I mentioned, this is just an ISA which I opened last year, and I just put a bit of money in just to play around when I first started investing, but I will slowly be taking money out of this for a number of reasons. The first one is because Nutmeg is too high in fees. Secondly, they seem to invest in the UK. UK a bit too much for me. 20% of my portfolio is the UK. And the last thing is I'm now more interested in kind of managing my own investments instead of being too passive. So those are the three main reasons. However, this is a great starting app if you're new to investing, or if you're not new, if you just want to be passive about it and you just want to put money in there and forget about it. And also the only good thing, or the other good thing, is you can also control your risk level. One is, of course, 10 out of 10 because I want all my money in stocks. I don't want any bonds, as they are just going to slow down the returns. But yeah, that's my Nutmeg review and portfolio in a nutshell. Hope that helps. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and share. And if you haven't already, please do also subscribe as well and share with anyone else you think could find this useful. And this just helps to get the channel out to more people. So thanks so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Cheers.